Somebody on YouTube posted a video on the true Xbox failure rate. Now, I didn't actually watch the video, but he did post an article, or not post it, but a link to an article. I will be providing the article link in the video description as well. And I read through this, and I thought I'd go ahead and take it up and give my own thoughts on it. So, first of all, let me give you a read through of the article in case you're not one to read the video description and won't bother looking at the link. This was dated the 6th of September 2008. In-depth expose reveals Microsoft's Xbox 360 failure rate was 68%, by Mike Farrow. Just recently, the dreaded high failure rate issue with the Xbox 360, otherwise known as the Red Ring of Death, received in-depth coverage from a well-known journalist. We are talking about some serious coverage here with insider interviews with the original engineers that worked on the Xbox 360 all the way up to the high ranks of Microsoft. Excuse me. Geoff Keighley of Game Trailers and host of GTTV said in an interview with Jace Hall that there is a definite lack of investigative journalism in the video gaming industry, especially in regards to the high failure rate of the Xbox 360. Keighley also said that the Red Ring of Death was never properly reported. And Guy Crowell of Newsweek, in the same interview, added, if the exact same issue happened to the iPod and there was a 30% failure rate, then everyone would already know in detail why that happened. Jace Hall retorts, we, the gaming industry, are just good at covering things up, which isn't too far from the truth. However, all is not lost, as 17 years veteran journalist Dean Takahashi, who has written for the Wall Street Journal, Red Herring Magazine, and the Los Angeles Times, and now writes for VentureBeat, has made a tremendous effort to probe and delve into exactly what happened with the Xbox 360 and the cause of the high failure rate. Takahashi conducted over 100 interviews, starting from the engineers who worked on the hardware of the Xbox 360 all the way up to the executives at Microsoft. Takahashi gives an overview on how Microsoft execs knowingly gave the go-ahead for the production of the Xbox 360 despite being aware of the high failure rate. It was all due to a race to beat Sony to the market for control of the living room. The strategic chess battle moves as Bill Gates... The strategic chess moves as Bill Gates, Steve Ballmer, and company take risk after risk, trying to outmaneuver their arch-rivals for the brass ring, dominance of the incredibly lucrative video game market, and control of the digital entertainment gateway in the living room. Game Daily's overview of Takahashi's report reveals that out of every 100 Xbox 360 units, 68 would fail in the initial phase before production. Microsoft knew that it had flawed machines. But it did not delay its launch because it believed the quality problems would subside over time. With each new machine, the company figured it would ride the learning curve or continuously improve its production. Even though Microsoft's leaders knew their quality wasn't top-notch, they did not ensure that the resources were in place to handle returns and quickly debug bad consoles. There were plenty of warning signs, but the company chose to ignore them. It also seems Microsoft, in order to save $2 million of a $25 million contract with a third-party vendor, decided to forego the quality assurance machines are supposed to detect the sort of issues with the Xbox 360 had. Microsoft's attitude of release now and patch later with the Xbox 360 has ended up costing billions of dollars, as well as leaving many gamers angry. It is also speculated that the reason for Microsoft's decline in worldwide sales is directly attributed to the Red Ring of Death. If a computer entertainment company did not have resources of a billion-dollar company like Microsoft, it is practically guaranteed that the company would be out of business by now. This raises an interesting question. Is it fair for a company such as Microsoft to remain in the video game industry when its actions and issues it faces would normally cause other computer entertainment companies to fold, as occurred? The real victims here are the consumers, of course, and there really has yet to be a true apology issued by Microsoft. Yes, the 3-year warranty extension is nice, and a bit forced despite being a given, but I really don't see why any remorse from their decision and we are aware, and we are of course going to let them get away with it. If you are an avid fan of the gaming industry, then do yourself a favor and read Dean Takahashi's book, The Xbox 360 Uncloaked, which delves in depth to expose exactly what happened inside Microsoft and why those decisions were made. Well, let me tell you something. Microsoft may have a good product in the business industry, but I don't think they belong in the video game market. They're just too focused on dominating literally everything. They want to dominate everything. This Microsoft, oh shoot, what was it called? Some concept where your living room table becomes your computer, and it becomes basically a full media center for you. That's crazy. And these practices that you just saw in the article that Microsoft had undergone with the Xbox. I mean, what's more important, being first or having a quality product? Nintendo was not first, but they had a quality product. Obviously, here I'm talking about the Wii, but they didn't bring up the Wii in this in this article, I think, because the Wii is it's in a class by itself. It's so different that they have to pretty much give it a class by itself, so that's why they didn't bother with it. But what I'm saying here is Nintendo has taken the time, gone through the prototypes, gone through the testing, and has released a quality product as a result. Microsoft hasn't done that. The same was true with Vista at launch, and I think maybe still is. I think Service Pack 1 may have corrected some things, but just the whole concept of, in the beginning, things didn't go so well. It was the same with Vista. It's the same with the Xbox. I mean, a 68% failure rate. That's crazy. And I think Microsoft need to pull out now. Otherwise, they're going to be hurting. Concepts. Comments and questions are welcome. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.